Do I recommend it is a completely different story, but it is an option for you. What's up, icons? It's the iconic fashion figure back with a new video, and I'm finally giving you the first vendor list of 2021. Now this one has been requested quite a few times. I know I've mentioned some dropship vendors like as I've been going through these lists. Like if I see that they offer drop shipping, I'll try to point it out, but some of you may not have seen all of the videos and you strictly want just dropship vendors, so I'm going to give those to you today. Now I will say dropship vendors are becoming harder to find because not as many people are offering drop shipping anymore. I can tell you myself, I'm changing the way I do drop shipping just because it's like this tiny portion of my business, probably not even 1%. So I don't even focus on it as much. And I'm sure a lot of other businesses are seeing it. So you'll probably start to see less and less dropship vendors. But I have 10 opportunities for you here today. The first 4 that I'm starting with I've given you before, but if you haven't seen those videos, vendor number 1 is Fame Accessories. Fame is completely accessories. There's no clothing on this one, but for those of you that want accessories, here's one for you. Now, if you go on their website, they don't specifically talk about drop shipping, but on the very first page of the website they mention that they don't have any minimums, but for orders under $100 there's a $7 handling fee. Now, and any of you that's been in the industry and you've purchased wholesale before, you may know that accessories you can typically buy one piece at a time. You can select what you want. You don't have to buy multiples. So since Fame doesn't have any minimums and it's all accessories, you can buy one. You're just going to pay a $7 handling fee, which is not abnormal. Most dropship vendors have a handling fee for drop shipping. It just varies on the dollar amount. Vendor number 2 is S&S Activewear. Again, this is one that I've mentioned before. They're one that sells mostly like the blank products where you can buy like the hoodies, the t-shirts, the sweatpants, and you can put your logos all over them. They have other stuff too, but that's just like some of the main items that they sell. On websites like S&S, there's quite a few of them. I'll link that video below as well because I've done a video on this for those type of products. But S&S Activewear and a few other websites, you can go on their website and there's no minimums. You can buy 1 or 2 or 10 pieces, whatever you want to buy, the sizes you want to buy. Just know you're going to pay shipping just on one piece. And with S&S Activewear, they also offer it where they may not call it specifically drop shipping, but when you get to the checkout point, it says on their website to select ship blind, which means that they won't label it with their company name on it, so whoever you're shipping to won't know where it came from. Similar to S&S Activewear, vendor number 3 is Samar. Samar.com, same concept as S&S Activewear, where there's no minimums. You can buy whatever size, whatever quantity you want. Samar, I believe they do also allow you to do blind shipping. I didn't find it specifically on the website. I'm almost sure I've done it before with them, with a company I used to work for, but you just have to leave a note on the order that you want it to be blind shipped. If they don't blind ship and I'm incorrect on that information, just know when it ships to your customer, Samar's shipping warehouse address will be on the label. Vendor number 4 is Tasha Apparel. I believe Tasha Apparel just in the last couple years started doing drop shipping, but Tasha Apparel also offers like junior clothing, they offer accessories, and they also offer kids. So you have quite a few categories on Tasha Apparel that they also allow you to drop ship. You just have to register your account first. And with Tasha Apparel, they don't require a license unless you're in the state of California. Now it might be different for drop shipping though, so check with them. If you're drop shipping and you're based out of California but you're shipping to another state, you might be okay. Check into it, but for the most part Tasha Apparel is a no license vendor. And then vendor number 5, which I'm actually wearing an item from the video. I did a review on this company before, this dress. So vendor number 5 is CC Wholesale Clothing. I did a full vendor review on them, a video strictly on them, not sponsored, so it was my full honest review. I'll link that down below. But CC Wholesale Apparel has an extensive dropship business. So if you go on there, you can read more about it, or you can check out the video. I talked about it in there, the different options that they offer and the programs that they have available as far as dropshipping. So those first 5 vendors are ones that I've done videos on. I've I've talked about before, so you may be aware of them. But now let's get into some of the vendors that some of these other options are alternative ways of doing drop shipping on your own without actually having to find a vendor that says, yes, we offer drop shipping. Now on OrangeShine.com. OrangeShine.com now has an option where vendors are allowed to sell items in what's called open packs. And basically, open packs, you get to select your own sizes. There's some vendors on OrangeShine, which you have to find because I didn't find them for you today. That would have taken me forever, but I'll give you tips on how to find them. OrangeShine.com, if you find the vendors that offer open packs and they also do not have a minimum, you can drop ship through those vendors. Now, there are some vendors on OrangeShine that offer open packs, but they also have a minimum. You don't want to drop ship with those unless your customer is buying that minimum dollar amount, like $50 or $100 is usually the minimum. But there's some vendors on there that have no minimums and they also offer open packs. So you can actually drop ship through those vendors. The downside to it is that those items may not be around forever, so you have to constantly check inventory to see if it's available or not. But if you have the time to put into this, with drop shipping, you do have to have some time. You may not be the one packing the order, but you have to have time to keep up with inventory so you're not selling items that are sold out. So if you have that time to consistently check on those vendors on OrangeShine, this may work for you. So the way you can find those open pack vendors is, one, just simply shopping on OrangeShine. Find some of your favorite vendors and see if they offer open packs. Or two, you can go right on Google.com, type in open packs OrangeShine, and on Google you'll start seeing a list of vendors that'll pop up and it'll show that if they offer open packs, and you can click them. And then from there you have to do your research to see if they have a minimum or not. If there's no minimum, there you go, you have one vendor there. If there's a minimum, just keep searching. But that's one alternative way to go around the drop ship vendors that may not specify they offer drop shipping, but you can still just buy one piece at the wholesale price. Another good way of doing drop shipping with a vendor that doesn't necessarily say we offer drop shipping is through Amazon. There's a lot of vendors on there now that are selling clothing, accessories, whatever it is you want to sell at a low price, because that's what Amazon is known for their low price, and Prime for their 2-day shipping, and you can drop ship through there. Now, some of those vendors, of course, are China based, so you'll probably be getting products from China shipped to your customers, but usually the shipping is still pretty quick, except some of them are still like a month. The downfall with that, with the Amazon drop shipping, one, again, you have to keep up with the inventory to know what's available, what's not. Two, they most likely also don't blind ship. So when your products are shipped to your customers, it'll have whatever that company's name on it and their address. So if it's one coming from China, it'll say on there that it's being shipped from China. So you'll have to consider that if you go that route. If you do go that Amazon route, I highly recommend you buy at least one garment from one of those sellers so you can check it out for yourself before you ship it to your customers. Because with drop shipping, it does not come to you first for you to check it out. It goes directly to your customer. So you won't know what your customer is receiving if you've never seen any of this product yourself. Honestly, I recommend that for any drop shipping company, because like I said in the CC wholesale video, I had some issues with a couple of my products. So you never know what your customers are getting if you just post it on your website and then ship it to your customer. So I recommend buying 1 or 2 pieces and ship it to yourself to see what you actually receive before you start selling to your customers. And then vendor number 8 is Simply. I could have sworn Simply was a China-based vendor. I feel like that used to be one that used to be on AliExpress back in the days, but when I went on their website, it says they were based in the UK. So before you buy from here, do further research. I tried to get as much information on them as I could for you guys, so that way I'm not giving you guys garbage, but it says they're based in the UK, and they do specify that they offer drop shipping internationally. And they specify on their website for drop ship orders, you'll want to put like no card, no label on there, so that way they don't put their branding in your packaging, so it'll just get shipped to your customer without any of their branding. And then while I'm on that topic, of course, for vendor number 9, which there's a ton of them, you have the Asia-based vendors that most likely are shipping out of China. So like the Dear Lover that I've done a review on, the Shein, the New Chic, and then you can do AliExpress. Again, like I said, I recommend you buy the product so you can see it for yourself first before you start offering it to your customer if you go that route. But that's typically what people usually start with as far as drop shipping. Do I recommend it? Is a completely different story, but it is an option for you. And then for number 10, the last one that I can give you for this video is Bloom Wholesale. if you go on bloomwholesale.com, they talk about drop shipping as well. So they actually have a drop ship program. Product may not be the product you want, but that comes with the territory of trying to find drop ship vendors. It's harder to find, especially since less of the vendors are offering the program now. But that's another one that you can look into if you're looking into drop shipping. But I'm going to wrap this video up because now all of a sudden the sun wants to come out and it's messing up my lighting. So that's it for this video. Those are a few drop ship vendors that are available to you. For Amazon, I'm going to try to do a video where I'll actually buy and review the products for you guys and provide you the links of some of the good products that are worthy of you actually drop shipping. But until then, thank you for watching.